Hey, hello. I love you. I'm just gonna sit here and say I love you and say hi and slay and yas.
Okay, so it would appear that on the internet over the last few weeks, it has become everybody's favourite pastime, everybody's favourite esports. Everyone's trying to outdo one another in the making of memes and just generally dunking on Pedro Pascal. And hey, look, I get it. He's a bit touchy-feely, a bit creepy perhaps, you know, with all of the crippling bouts of social anxiety that overcome him every time he's in the presence of one of his co-stars, particularly the female co-stars.
Don't bring me the tears when I just did my makeup so nice.
Or at least around some of his female co-stars. And I'm no fan of his politics and his faux concern for the state of the world.
I want people to be safe and to be protected, and I want very much to live on the right side of history.
Heck, I don't even like the way he pronounces his own country of birth.
And I'm an immigrant. My parents are refugees from Chile.
As you know, I'm an immigrant. My parents are refugees from Chile. All right? No. As I underlined in my previous video, fuck off, Pedro. All right? And I'll remind you that I live in Spain and I go through the same thing, and I do not pronounce things in my English accent that are clearly meant to be pronounced in an English accent. Like I said in the last video I made about him, Vicks Vapor Rub, I'm out here calling it Bispaporu. You know, if I go into a store to get some Loctite, I have to say, ¿Dónde tenéis el Loctite? Right? Imagine if I walked into a store in Spain and I started going in my infallible Spanish accent, ¿Me puedes decir dónde queda el Loctite? They wouldn't know. Look, the point is, no, we don't accept Chile, all right?
Chile.
And need I go into his contrived and tiresome gender-bending fashion statements and gender-bending sister? No, I needn't. But suffice it to say, I understand that a lot of people genuinely find Pedro Pascal annoying.
You guys come to AMC theaters, what movie you want to see? You want to see a Pedro Pascal movie? You want to see a Pedro Pascal movie? Or do you want to see a Pedro Pascal movie?
And yes, the overexposure. He's in everything, they cry. All right, I get it. However, this wouldn't be the Daniel Boland show if there were not room for some nuance and balance.
Chile.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Hey, Pedro Pascal, you did it. You're done. Hey, Pedro Pascal, you're in too many things.
Now, here you see the beginning of my problems with all of this tidal wave of criticism that Pedro Pascal is coming in for. There are too many bandwagon jumpers. Chris D'Elia, really, you're the guy to talk about somebody's career moves, all right? I've heard of throwing stones in glass houses. You're playing petanque in a hall of mirrors. Chris D'Elia, I won't have it, all right? Now, I don't want to define myself, okay? I don't want to put any labels on me like, you know, trendsetter, pioneer, engineer, social engineer. I don't want to put any labels on me, but I will say this. I made my video about Pedro Pascal 2 months ago. Before it was cool to hate on Pedro Pascal. I could see the wave about to break, sure. I was riding the crest of the wave. But, now it just feels a little bit glib. Everyone saying, oh, Pedro Pascal, he's in everything. Look at him. All right. All right, Crystalia. All right.
Right? You're a great actor. Pedro Pascal is a great actor. I would never argue that he's not a great actor. Yo, bro. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy.
Say hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Can't wait to see your show.
Oh, hell yeah. Come in. I'm going on soon.
We're late.
I'm surprised that wasn't Pedro fucking Pascal. All right? Because he's in too many things. He's in that car. Pedro Pascal was in my cereal this morning.
See, I need to distance myself from people like Crystalia. No, I'm sorry. You're a comedians. It's over for you once you try to start a sex cult. All right? So, Chris, you can know the social commentary. We can't trust a guy to tell us how it is if he's trying to start sex cults. All right? I'm allowed to say stuff still because I haven't done any of that yet. Though, if this YouTube thing doesn't pick up pretty soon. I need more of you to join my Patreon is what I'm saying. Okay? Oh, so help me God, I'll set up the biggest sex cult you've ever seen. The point is, no, Crystalia, the reason you're criticising Pedro Pascal is because you've been obsessed for decades now with getting into movies. He's talked for ages about trying to get in shape to become, to get into these Marvel films. That's all he's ever wanted. And, of course, once you try and start a sex cult, many of the doors close after that. That's really your last option. That's the last thing I'm going to try and do, the sex cult.
And after we shot the movie.
So at the end of this, I feel like I have met one of the great loves of my life who will be in my heart forever.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that people have really been paying a lot of attention to and posting clips of all over the internet. It's Pedro Pascal's very weird, touchy-feely, cutesy-patootsy relationship with his Fantastic Four co-star, Vanessa Kirby.
These are gorgeous. I think that's my favorite image so far.
Just our hands.
Yeah.
Now, a correction to my first video about Pedro Pascal. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun a little bit, I'm afraid. That's what you got to do sometimes when you're ahead of the curve like me. And I made some wild assumptions. I came to the conclusion, I don't know why, that Pedro Pascal was behaving all effeminately and gay to get close to women, but in fact he wasn't gay. I've changed my mind. He's definitely gay. All right. Now, that doesn't let him off the hook for this weird, touchy stuff that he's got going on with all the people, all the women.
Some of the best men in the world, so they don't count.
It surprises me how few people are having the same problem with Vanessa Kirby, the heavily pregnant woman who is touching a man, the heterosexual woman touching the face of another man, right? Touching the arms, touching the waist. She's married to this, a guy who looks like the Giga Chad meme, okay? Now, I don't know what's going on in everybody's heads, but I'm just saying, I would never do this. I'm just saying I understand why some men end it all in a very public way. Train tracks, top story of a building.
I say hilarious. The funniest man in the room always. Sexy. He always makes him laugh. I say it all the time. Sexy.
Oh.
Jump from the Golden Gate Bridge. Because it's humiliating. Look, each to their own. My wife, heavily pregnant or not, ain't going around touching no men's necks, okay?
For our first impression.
Even looking at them, All right, I've said you'll be the one to have to clean me off the pavement. I'm just saying, I've got more of a problem with the heterosexual, heavily pregnant woman being all touchy-feely with Pedro Pascal than the gay man being, like, whatever, mincing around. That's what they do, some of them. You know?
Where have you been?
I've been busy.
I know, baby. But
Answering questions about you.
You can't leave me alone that long.
I know.
That's a little too long, baby.
We're needed.
Come on. Very codependent, very codependent.
Oh, where have you been?
I've been busy. Oh my god, Pedro. So the film has been absolute. Oh, she's kicking.
You know, look, as much as I despise such horseplay, such public displays of feigned affection for one another, the kind of play acting that you should have grown out of around the age of 19, as much as I would prohibit all of that stuff by law if I had my way, I am willing to believe that that is a coping mechanism that Pedro Pascal has for social anxiety. Now, it's not an acceptable one. It's not one that normal people would have. But then, you know, a lot of actors are in this sort of state of arrested development, aren't they? You know, they've never learned how to behave in public, really.
Over the shoulder now. Here we go.
I found that interaction there with Willem Dafoe and Willem Dafoe's wife very interesting, very telling, I thought, because he's not hiding it. It's not creepy. He's touching Willem Dafoe's wife's face right in front of Willem Dafoe, right after having touched Willem Dafoe, right? So I don't think it's a sexual thing, and it does sound very plausible, to me at least, that someone with social anxiety might want to dominate every situation. It always sounds in all the interviews like he's on stage, okay? He's trying to be the funniest guy in the room, the most personable, the most approachable, and he's trying to dominate every conversation. And I think touching people, touching their arms, touching their face, touching their hair and stuff like that, I know people like that. Okay, it shows insecurity to me. I think they're trying to dominate the situation, and that's how they do it. If I'm holding you, I control you, sort of thing. I'm tending towards believing him a little bit in that sense. The only problem is, it looks so fake to us because we're not hanging around with Hollywood stars all the time. I mean, they're the most insincere and insecure people in the world. So if somebody's coming into a room all alpha and macho or dominating or touching, and it's all okay because he's a gay man, and it's, well, I'm just really friendly and open, and I'm the funniest guy, I'm the nicest guy, everyone knows what a nice guy I am. They adapt to that. Now, this is me making a whole new film in my head out of a few clips. But I think that might be plausible, right? That he has this very developed persona that helps him get through life, and he hangs around with a load of fake actor types, artist types, who don't know really how to deal with their own shit. And if anything, having the guy that touches everyone and dominates every situation makes it easier for them.
And I know how to get along with everybody. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I like everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
See, that there as well shows some degree of, maybe not self-awareness, but he has an idea of self there. That he is, he's a guy who, I know how to get on with everybody. It doesn't mean I like everybody. That kind of fits what I'm seeing, to be honest. He has this idea of himself as very personable, very friendly, very likable, and but he's really in control, you know, because they don't know what I really think.
You're perfect.
But you're so perfect. Pedro is perfect to me.
It's a real one.
Yeah, keep an eye on the other two, Joseph Quinn and what's his name, Eben Moss Backrack, or whatever he's called. Those two, every time Pedro and Vanessa are talking, those two are giving each other little side eyes and making little comments to one another. It's quite entertaining.
A real marriage, a real family, and that, and so it isn't perfect.
isn't perfect, but as we were talking about earlier, but
you're perfect.
But you're so perfect. Pedro is perfect to me, which is so helpful because actually, when you look at the sort of history of that relationship, and it's like the defining thing about them in the sort of Marvel canon, really, and even when you just simply Google them, there's a lot of passion, you know? We spoke about this months ago, that they don't separate, even though they have time apart sometimes.
They're codependent.
Yeah, they're forever.
Yeah.
I really love that connection, that it's kind of, yeah, they can't not be connected, and I really love that.
Completely, I gobbled it up. It was so well done, and all of them play a part in that chemistry. Vanessa Sue is a soon-to-be mom who's going to be stepping into this massive new role.
Having and everybody about any tropes, and I was worried about it at certain points, you know, and he annoyed me sometimes because I was thinking about it so much, because there are so many cliches associated with so much of the time mothers in films over the decades have been. Is my answer funny, baby?
He's just making funny faces at me. He's being very unprofessional.
Sorry. Listening to his big sisters, very boring old.
This is what you're building. You're showing me there's a
ages ago, and he's still laughing.
It
wasn't during it.
Okay. This is what it was like, writing things or lines or making sure that, you know. Anyway, it was the coolest thing that she was never sidelined in any way, just because she was a mother. And if anything, it's.
Look, sifting through my vast library of Instagram clips that I've amassed for this video, I've come to some conclusions, and I think with Pedro, as with everything now, we're being forced into two camps, all right? Polarization again, god damn it. Some of us who find him a bit irritating and probably don't agree with his politics and worldview are being forced to believe he's some kind of predator of pregnant women, okay? That he's essaying all the women on his sets. I don't think that's the case. Now, I'm as fickle as they come. Who knows what I'll think if I watch another 10 Instagram reels. But that's where I'm at the moment. I think he's gay. All right, now I believe he's gay, and I think he's just a bit touchy-feely. And I would say to the people who claim Pedro, who are defending him because they do agree with his worldview or whatever, I would say to them, calm down too, all right? You can like some things about him. Not everything has to be... Yeah, not everyone who's hating on him is part of some global conspiracy to ruin his career.
They are geniuses. Pedro Pascal is getting dragged everywhere right now, but the reason why the internet is attacking him is pretty controversial. During the Fantastic Four movie press run, Pedro started to get dragged online for his alleged anxiety relief. It's been known for years that he has crippling anxiety and he clings on to castmates to help him. He's previously done it with everybody, but now he's doing it with his Fantastic Four co-star Vanessa Kirby. Like I said, this has been a commonly known thing for years, but the reason why it's a problem now is because of Pedro Pascal's family. Pedro has a transgender sister and he's been very openly supportive of her. He's clashed many times with people in defense of the transgender community, and because of his progressive views, he's made a lot of enemies. Most notably and recently, it was Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling. He called her a loser and said her views on anti-trans laws are disgusting. J.K. Rowling is someone with $1 billion net worth, and she's someone that's very capable of paying for a smear campaign. These recent posts online about Pedro are very calculated. They're being posted by outlets that don't ever talk about this industry. If it's not Rowling running the smear campaign, it's someone else that opposes Pedro's views. The campaign is trying to paint Pedro Pascal as a weirdo and a creep, when he's really one of the most kind and loving people in Hollywood right now. Let me know, did this smear campaign make you hate Pedro Pascal like it was supposed to?
Alright, sweetheart, I think J.K. Rowling has better things to do with her $1 billion than launch a smear campaign, an international smear campaign against Pedro Pascal. Now, there is a lot of it. There's an unnecessary amount of people commenting on Pedro Pascal at the moment, very negatively. But most of it is just memes. Most of it, I think, is just because he is everywhere at the moment, and his behaviour is a bit odd. A bit out of the ordinary, a bit eccentric, There is a bit of a mystery around his personal life, love life. Most people don't rub pregnant women like that. I don't think it's a smear campaign. Again, if you do anything political and you're notorious, you're well known, people are going to pile on very quickly. If you keep talking about trans stuff, if you go against J.K. Rowling, everyone's going to start attacking you for various things. Like I say, we get polarized very easily nowadays. It's such a shame, isn't it, that we can't all be so level-headed as I.
My crushes, oh gosh, started early. We started with Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, in that catsuit in Greece.
Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, all the way to The Last Crusade, all the way to now.
Oh, well, fuck knows. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I've got no clue what's going on with this guy. I don't think I want to know. All right? If you've enjoyed any part of this video, give the video a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on X, on Instagram, to know when I bring out a new video, and on Patreon if you want to get some access to some exclusive videos and help out with the channel even further. We made an hour-long episode yesterday, the day before yesterday, on Patreon. Just me looking through some clips and stuff, all unedited. Ooh, very raw. And good as well, really good. That's the main thing. I'm going to be doing more of that, I think. Just sort of roaming through my library or looking at Twitter, answering questions. We'll see. More stuff. Just follow me everywhere. That's the gist of what I'm trying to say here. I'll leave you with a little outro. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Have you thought about possibly tanning? No. And baby, I don't have an issue with it. But your skin is really white. Yours is glowing. Yeah. I'm amazing. That's what they say all day.